What's up? Back with another video. Back with another video. This Enoch 777. Making YouTube videos, bro. The title of the video is going to be about the hyperbolic chamber in Dragon Ball Z. That is going to be the title of the video. We are going to be making some connections and tracing it back to something with a hyperbolic chamber in Dragon Ball Z. All right. It's a spiritual meaning behind it. In a place it actually goes back to. All right. That's the title of the video. So make sure y'all like the video. What is the hyperbolic chamber? What is that? It comes from Dragon Ball Z. Right. This is a place that those characters can actually go to actually train and work out. It's a place on Earth, right, within their reality that exists there, and it is located within the sky. So, in order to be able to get there, you have to fly or climb, right, to actually reach the location, right? It's at a long distance. But once you get there, you get on top, right, of it. What is there is it's a giant building or temple, right? And it has two hourglasses on the side of it, right? And what it does is it calculates the time that the character's been within the hyperbolic time chamber. So you have a door, you go in, and once you go within this door, then you step into the hyperbolic time chamber. So this isn't a normal place or anything like that. This place is different from others. And the reason why I say this is because with the hyperbolic chamber, one day in there is a year on Earth, right? Time is extremely different. When you step into there, you go into a different dimension, right? It's super rough, right? The energy is intense. And with that being said, the temperature in there can begin to drop or increase. If you was in there for one day, right, they consider that to be dangerous because you could end up basically dying or getting harmed from being in there because the energy is so rough. So when Goku and Gohan came out of the hyperbolic time chamber. It was like, dang, y'all was in there for a very long time, right? So it's a place for training and working out. And I basically wanted to make some spiritual connections and trace that back to something, right? So once these characters begin to actually go within the hyperbolic time chamber, what begins to take place is that they start to go through like certain changes, dealing with the body and stuff of that nature. They come out different than before. And even within the show Dragon Ball Z, whenever they came out of that place, it was like, dang, you look different. You seem different, right? Something new about you and stuff of that nature. So, like I said before, you'll see characters like Goku and Gohan in another scene I was watching, looking at. You'll see also TN, you'll see Popo, and you'll see Trunks with Goku and Gohan. And they all was within hyperbolic chamber, having a conversation, talking and eating and stuff of that nature. And they was asking them, it was like, did y'all eat any meals in the chamber? And they was like, nah, not really. We didn't eat any home cooked meals, food, or anything like that. But it is the chamber of time. You do time when you step inside there, right? So the energy is all over the place. It's super intense. It's powerful, right? And I wanted to trace that back to something, connect that to something, what is happening now, because we know that Dragon Ball Z is a parallel universe to what is happening now, right, in this reality. What I want to trace this back to is jail. That's where we're going with this. The hyperbolic chamber on Dragon Ball Z was about jail. People going to jail. That's what it was about. Right? Hyperbolic chamber. It's a door. Right? You locked inside a room. You can't get out. You isolated. And jail is super rough. It's super intense. The energy is all over the place in jail. It's super hard to be in a cell. The temperature drops, it gets extremely cold, and it gets hot. So you can go from freezing to being extremely hot, overheated. All right. And what do you begin to do when you go to jail and you may go to the box? For myself, what I did was I worked out. That is what they was also doing within Dragon Ball Z. Jail is the hyperbolic chamber from Dragon Ball Z. They work out when they get in there. They start training and practicing and exercising, right? Like they going to the gym or something like that, right? And what do you do in jail? You do time, right? But if you ever been locked up and you went to jail, if you may be in a cell by yourself or what a freak ever like that, the energy within that room is super freaking intense, right? And it's hard to be in there, and it does change you in a way dealing with, if you want to say, your body, right? It actually does work with that. So for myself, when I got locked up and stuff of that nature, when I went to the boxing, I was locked down for 24 hours a day. Excuse my appreciation, it's spirits, let me communicate. But when I was locked down 24 hours a day, what I would do is I would work out. I would do push-ups every hour, like 100 push-ups every hour, right? And I would do sit-ups and stuff of that nature. So that's what I did whenever I was actually locked up. But when I went to jail, I found out for myself that that place where I was at, the cell I was in, the box I was in, that was the hyperbolic chamber, right? That's what that was. And also, whenever I was actually in there, right, Dragon Ball Z just so happened to pop up. And even within there, I was saying like that TV show is actually real. You know, it's something to it because when I got in there, right, it was inmates in there. I was in a box. They was in there with me, right, in different cells, and they was talking like the characters off of Dragon Ball Z. One of them was talking like they was Majin Buu, bro, and I was laughing. They was talking like the big version, the chunky version, Majin Buu, talking like a big baby in the cell, and I was cracking up whenever they actually was talking like that. But whenever I was sitting in the cell, I was like, Dragon Ball Z is real, So when you be locked up in the cell by yourself and you in jail and y'all be working out and stuff of that nature, what is taking place is that is the hyperbolic chamber off of Dragon Ball Z, right? That is what is actually going on. So, um, what I also have to say is that the reason why you change when you go to jail and whenever you get out, you a whole new person is because let's take a jail cell, right? And spiritually see what is taking place as far as with your body. So the reason they call it a cell, a jail cell, or that in general, is because it deals with your actual body and what is taking place within it. So if you're in a jail cell, right, in isolation, maybe by yourself, what the freak ever with somebody else, but if you are in there and you stay in there, you working out and stuff, but if you are there, what is going to play out is that the reason they call it that is because it works with your DNA on the inside of your body. So it manipulates and it puts pressure and it activates the DNA within the body to the point to where it unlocks junk DNA, right? And you have these super like abilities from being in there. So the cells, they manipulate your DNA and they help you transform into, something else. Right. So that is what is taking place. That's why when people go to jail, you ain't seen those people in a long time, and then they come home, you be like, dang, bro, you don't look like the same person no more, or anything like that. It's because they was in those chambers of time working out and exercising, right? Like they was talking about on DBZ. So that's about real life. If you didn't know about that type of information, right? But yeah, that's pretty much really all I wanted to talk about. Uh, Hey, but anyways, man, this Enoch 777. I'm about to get out of here. What they talking about? It's 777. Hey man, I'll catch y'all later. I just want to put out that quick video. This Enoch 777. Peace. See y'all later.